Hello everyone, today I'm going to introduce the latest found province of Canada, Nunavut. In 1999, Nunavut was separated from the Northwest Territories. Nunavut was for the Inuits, the descendants of migrants traveling from Asia to North America during an Arctic blitz thousands of years ago. They arrived long before the Europeans, therefore in their language, Nunavut means our land. There are 4 official languages: French, English, Inuktitut, and Inuktitut. Nunavut has about 39,000 people. Their weather is freezing and the land is 2.093 million kilometers square. Their major economic activities provides around $1.8 billion for Canada each year, include mineral exploration, mining, fishery, tourism, and so on. Must visit historical attractions. Fort Conger. If you want to know Nunavut's history, go to Fort Conger. It was located on Ellesmere Island and was once shelters for early scientific research and exploration in the Arctic. It was established by the United States Army in the 1880s. However, researchers found the shelter with difficulty to heat because of harsh weather, water supplies, which caused it to be abandoned eventually. The story did not end here. Robert Peary, the leader of a research team, attempted to reach the North Pole to replace the shelters there with local designs that allowed the shelters to be easily heated. Besides, it was used for several expeditions to the Arctic later. Other sightseeing spots I recommend would be Arviat-Juak and Qikiqtarjuaq National Historic Site. The 2 separate islands are full of ritual and spiritual sites, such as tents, statues made of rocks, etc. Arviat-Juak is rich in marine wildlife resources, while Qikiqtarjuaq is rich in the evidences of human habitations. They were both declared National Historic Sites in 1995. Inuit of the Arviat area also returned here to teach their kids about their ancestors. Kugok/Bully Falls Territorial Park. If you are an Inuit raised in Canada, you would know Kugok Territorial Park. Bully Falls Territorial Park, also known as Kugok in the local Inuktitut dialect, had a 7,000-year history that was shared by the Dene and Inuits. This area was full of natural resources, especially fish and copper. The nickname Bloody Falls came from the book with the same name, recording a group of Inuit who was brutally attacked by Chimpuyan guides. Today, Kugok Territorial Park is still an important place for hunting and fishing. Culture. The well-preserved traditional arts are soapstone carving, throat singing, and dancing to the beat of ancient drums. Culturally rich destinations. Nunata Sanaku Tangent Museum. Nunaka Sanaku Tangent Museum displays artwork related to Inuit culture, for instance, soapstone carvings and ancient tools. It offers permanent gallery of Inuit art and temporary gallery of contemporary art. The museum also offers a shop with the latest works of local artists. Physical geography/nature. Nunavut, at over 2 million square kilometers, is Canada's largest territory, covering nearly 1/5 of the country's landmass. Most of them are islands. Some of the biggest islands include Devon, Ellesmere, and Victoria. The Queen Elizabeth Archipelago includes some 30 large islands and over 2,000 smaller ones. Baffin Island is the largest island in Canada and the 5th largest island in the world. The ground is frozen throughout the year. Victoria Island is territorially divided between Nunavut and the Northwest Territories. It's the 8th largest island in the world and at 217,291 square kilometers. It's Canada's 2nd largest island. The highest place is Barbeau Peak. It stands in Kootenay National Park, full of rocks and countless glaciers. The Canadian Shield, covering much of Nunavut below the Arctic Circle, has a ground of granites covered by a shallow layer of soil. The Canadian Shield is full of lakes and rivers. Must-visit attractions. Ayutthaya National Park. If you want to see beautiful glaciers, go to Ayutthaya National Park. It's full of tall granite mountains and glaciers. Ukusisalik National Park. The view of Ukusisalik is never the most impressive one out of all the national parks in Canada, but there's a high chance of seeing rare wildlife in this national park. including but not limited to Arctic wolves, polar bears, whales, and seals. There are also 3 more national parks, including Kosutuk National Park, Kutynarpak National Park, and Surmilk National Park, which I don't have time to introduce them. Although Nunavut is definitely not the best place to live in, it is a great place if you love wildlife. Wildlife that can be found in Nunavut includes seals, whales, Arctic fox, musk oxen, caribou, polar bears, and fish, and birds of all kinds.